Sunday, November the 26th, 2017, to you. On Wednesday the 22nd, the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, ICTY, convicted former Bosnian Serb commander Mr. Ratko Mladic to life sentence for war crimes and genocide. Known as the Butcher of Bosnia, Mr. Mladic led Bosnian Serb forces during the massacre of Bosnian Muslims, Bosniaks, in Srebrenica in July 1995, in which 8,000 Muslim men and boys were slaughtered, and the 43-month siege of the Bosnian capital Sarajevo. That city was besieged by Serb forces from April 1992 to February 1996, and more than 10,000 civilians were killed by shelling, mortar and sniper fire. Mr. Mladic was not in court when presiding judge Mr. Alphonse Ore read the sentence, as he had been removed for shouting at the judges that everything they had said in the courtroom was a lie. ICTY finally convicted him on 10 of the 11 charges. Crimes committed by troops under Mladic's command were indeed appalling. Those included mass rapes of Bosniak women and girls, keeping Bosniak prisoners in cruel conditions and beating them and deporting Bosniaks forcibly en masse. In Srebrenica, after the massacre, the dead were bulldozed into mass graves. Mr. Mladic's sentence was received with cheers in Sarajevo, but survivors in Srebrenica said that no punishment was enough for him despite his life conviction. I would like to remark three things about the ICTY's decision. First and foremost, the Balkan War is an embarrassing memory for everyone, particularly we Westerners. Nowadays, we are remembering the 90s with some nostalgia. Indeed, the world was enjoying an economic boom and witnessing the end of the Cold War. But while we were partying, we turned a blind eye on the atrocities committed in former Yugoslavia. By the way, in June 2017, the Hague Court of Appeals ruled that the Netherlands was complicit in the Srebrenica massacre. The UN peacekeeping mission there was composed by Dutch troops. Secondly, Mr. Mladic could not have been captured without Belgrade's cooperation. He had been on the run for 16 years after the war ended in 1995, until he was caught penniless in a cousin's farmhouse in May 2011. Serbia is currently governed by President Aleksandar Vučić, although he's a former nationalist who supported former President Slobodan Milosevic. Mr. Vučić is a pro-EU reformer. So his government is encouraged to hand over as many war criminals as possible so that Serbia may enter into the European Union like Croatia and Slovenia already did. Finally, Mr. Mladic's conviction is the last major decision by ICTY before the tribunal closes its door by the end of the year. Overall, 83 Balkan war criminals were sentenced since ICTY's opening in 1993. Let us hope that the nightmare is finally over for former Yugoslavia. Let us hope that, in the name of the 140,000 people who perished due to the war, there was a time to turn the blind eye, but there was also a time to turn the blind justice. Don't you think so, Bono? The world is still on.